A very good morning to one and all, the parents and the students who are attending this interactive session. As we all are aware about this coronavirus pandemic, due to this, the state governments across the country temporarily they have shutting down the schools and colleges. As per the present situation, there is an uncertainty when schools and colleges will get reopened. But we cannot allow this coronavirus pandemic to affect learning of our students. A key aspect of coping this coronavirus is to ensure that the learning remains a continuous process. Therefore, we need to transform the traditional education system, at least during this lockdown, to virtual classes to ensure learning never stops. And that is the purpose of taking this session. With this, I would like to extend my warmest wishes to all the beginning of all the new academic year. Let me first congratulate to those who attended high grades. As we all know that beginning of something new is always amazing and we all feel the same. Here I am talking about the new academic session. A new chapter of your life means a lots of changes. And it depends on you that how you make this strategy to overcome the challenges. Being a teacher, I strongly feel that each child is different and unique, and this is the place where a proper shape is given to your future. So compete with yourself, learn from your mistakes, be responsible, be sincere, and be creative. I wish this year will be the brightest year of your life. With this, I would like to introduce myself. As you know, my name is Ms. Rupali Aware, and I am going to be your class teacher, that is of class 9th E. I am also your science teacher. I born and brought up in Pune. I did my all education from the Pune. I did my post graduation from the Ferguson College. With this, I completed my BA from the Tilak College of Education. With this, I have 3 years of experience of teaching. Now, you might be wondering that why we have kept this meeting. Now, as I have said, due to this lockdown period, we cannot meet each other in the school. So, and as the class 9th is the important and it is a very strong foundation for the class 10th. That is why we have arranged this meeting to make you aware about the curriculum of 9th standard. Now, let us see what is the importance of class 9th for students as well as for the parents. First is standard 9th is a very strong foundation for class 10th board exams. As we all agree that class 10th board exam is one of the first and it is probably the most important academic challenge in the academic life of student. Considering the current scenario, we cannot allow it to hamper the study of students. The success of a student in the board exams is not only depends on the efforts that students put into the 1 year, but it is the solid academic foundation of over 10 years of education that the students has imbibed in his or her life. However, no other class is more important in laying a very strong foundation for 10th class board exam than the class 9 subjects. Therefore, set strong academic foundation, get ready for the new challenges, as well as the syllabus of class 9th is in tuned with class 10th and class 11th, as well as it will give you understanding of what you want to become later in your life. So start preparation for the challenges, and I'll guarantee you that you will end up with great success. Now, with this, parents and the students, you both are having many questions in your mind, right? So I can understand the current scenario and what you all are thinking. This situation has created a new normal. It has positive sides as well as the negative sides. But I request all the parents and students to see the advantages and to neglect the disadvantages. Now you might be also thinking that how to cope with this new normal is the question, right? You might be also thinking that will education be defined in a different way in the future? Is there a need to learn differently? Will the transition have a positive or negative impact on students and their learning? How should students' knowledge and skills be assessed? How important is school learning? Is it good to cling to the traditional way of learning? And many more questions are there in your mind. So, as a teacher, I request and I assure that do not worry about this situation. One more advantage I can say that this situation helps us to set new goals and objectives to move forward. And that is the reason we come up with the planning for the next month, which will probably solve all the questions and doubts in your mind. For this, we have set up a special timetable for 9th class students. The timetable will be provided to you within 2-3 days on your school app. This program is going to start from the 4th of June 2020. The timetable is completely learner centered and students friendly because this timetable is for coordinating the four elements, that is the learner, teacher, the time slots and the room. It is slow, flexible, and I assure that you all will enjoy the learning. We set up the timetable of a week. Timings are from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. from Monday to Saturday. Daily 3 lectures with a prayer will be there. So in all, weekly 18 lectures are there. Now, in short, what will be the daily schedule of the students? I'll explain you. So 8 to 8:15, that is the prayer time. Then 8:15 to 9 a.m. first lecture will be there. Then 9 to 9:10 there is a break. 9:10 to 10 a.m. there will be the second lecture. Then from 10 a.m. to 10:10 there is a short break of 10 minutes again. And from 10:10 to 11 a.m. there will be the third lecture. Now, as we know that we cannot physically present in the school, but at home also Students need to follow the discipline and students need to attain all the lectures. Now you might be wondering that why we have kept pair. So I personally believe that prayer have a power of creating a pious atmosphere that helps instill certain values such as humility and discipline in the students. With this, do practice the meditation that will help in relaxing your mind. With this, prayers are good source of passing the morals and values to the students. As we cannot conduct the assembly, but we cannot in school, but I assure that the prayers play a vital role in imposing good morals among the students and gets registered in their mind quickly. With this, we have kept a 10 minutes of break. Now, what you can do in this 10 minutes break? So first, go and wash your hands for 20 seconds. Take care of your health as well as pause for reflection. In these 10 minutes, you can learn whatever you have learned so far. So just reflect on what you have learned. Then revise. Revise whatever is covered in that particular lecture. Then you can tidy up your notes as well as you can make the mind maps. Mind maps will help you a lot. Then there will be weekly test. Weekly test we have specially scheduled because to analyze and assess the students' learning. With this, each subject teacher will interact with you and will give details of every subject. So do attend the lectures, do not miss a single lecture, continue learning. With this, I know that you will remember these points very carefully while attending the lectures. First, attend all the lectures as you are at home, but we can keep track on you. So do not miss a single lecture, attend all the lectures. Compulsory attendance is there. Set out a clear timetable for assignment deadline. Whatever the work teachers are giving to you, for that, set up a new timetable, set up your target, set up your deadlines and complete it. Select a proper place in your house to avoid the disturbances. Don't play with cell phone. Keep it at one place while attending the lecture. Complete given assignment and homework in given time. Ask doubts, do not hesitate. Now what happens in school is you have a peer pressure or you hesitate to ask the questions. But this situation, the coronavirus pandemic situation, it comes up with the great advantages also. These online lectures are very convenient. These are very flexible. It brings education right to your home. So whatever time you are going to learn, give your 100%. You need not come to the school for 6 hours. So 3 hours, whatever study you are doing, do it properly. As well as these online classes offer more individual attentions. So do not hesitate to ask your questions. As well as this will give you the real world skills. It will promote your learning also. There are also financial benefits also, because traveling expenses are cut. Then it is also going to teach you the self discipline, right? And the best that we can connect through this. So if you have doubts, questions, do not hesitate, free feel to ask, and do not waste your time, and keep learning. Be responsible. Give your feedbacks also, whether it is positive, negative, or if you want any changes, your feedbacks are always welcome. With this, ebooks are available on official websites. Don't worry if you don't have textbooks. Just go on the official website ncert.com. There you will get all the ebooks. Now, let us see what is science. As I am your science teacher, now let us see in detail the curriculum of science. As we all know that science is everywhere. You students, you ride to a school on a bus. And in that one instance alone, there are many examples of technology based on the scientific method. The school bus is a product of many areas of science and technology, including mechanical engineering and innovation. The systems of roads, lights, sidewalks, and other infrastructure are carefully designed by civil engineers and the planners. The smartphone which you are using, which you have in your hands, is also a miracle of a modern computer engineering. Outside the window, if you will see, trees turn sunlight into stored energy and create the oxygen which we need to survive. Whether natural or human made or human derived, every aspect of students' life is filled with science. So, from their own, our own internal biology to the flat screen TV in the room. So, science is everywhere. Science consists of observing the world by watching, listening, observing, and recording. We can say science is to know. So, knowledge gained through the experiences is a science. Accumulated body of knowledge and physical or material world through observations or experimentations. So we are going to perform many experiments. Based on that, you can write your observations, and obviously that will help you to build your knowledge. Then facts or principles gained by the systematic studies. For example, the Newton's law of motion, Newton's law of gravitation. These principles and facts which you learn will build your knowledge, and you will be able to apply this in your day-to-day life. Science, we can also say, the intellectual and practical activity encompassing the systematic study of the structure and behavior of the physical and natural world through observation and the experiments. Science, it includes the many sub-subjects like the physics, chemistry, bio, environmental science, and so on. Now, let us see why science subject is important for you at the secondary stage. Now, at the secondary stage, you all students should be engaged in learning science as a composite discipline, in working with hands and tools to design more advanced technological modules than at the upper primary stage, and in activities and analysis on issues surrounding environment and health. Systematic experimentation as a tool to discover, verify theoretical principles, and working on locally significant projects involving science and technology are to be most important parts of your curriculum at this stage. With this, science is valued by society because the application of scientific knowledge helps to satisfy many basic human needs and improves the living standards, as well as finding a cure for many diseases like cancer and a clean for form of energy. These are the two examples. In this way, we can use science in our day-to-day life, and hence it plays a very important and vital role at this secondary stage. Now, let us see the curriculum in detail. So, there are some general instructions. There will be an annual examination based on your entire syllabus. The annual examination would be of 80 marks, and the 20 marks weightage is for the internal assessment. Now, how these 20 marks of internal assessments are divided? Let us see. For internal assessment, total 20 marks, that is divided into three categories. Periodic assessment is the first category, which carries 10 marks. These 10 marks are distributed like 5 marks for the 3 periodic tests which are conducted by the schools, and then the average of the best 2 of the test is taken, and then that will have a weightage of 5 marks towards the final result. Next 5 marks, it may include short test, oral test, quiz, concept maps, projects, posters, presentations, and inquiry based scientific investigations, etc. And this then considered for the final result. This is how the periodic assessment 10 marks are distributed. Then next 5 marks are for the practical and laboratory work. Now, as you all know that experiments are a central feature of the scientific method. No theory or law, however redefined it may look, is acceptable in science unless it is confirmed by the experiment. Experiments are also the primary tool to investigate new domain of nature. Science progresses through a continual interplay of theory and experiment. We all are aware of the great experiments that changed the course of scientific progress. Galileo's experiments on inclined planes and pendula, Faraday's experiments on electricity and magnetism, Mendel's experiment on genetics, and Rutherford's experiments on radioactivity. These are the few experiments. Just as experiments are important for advancement in science, they are equally important for learning science. So, school science education must therefore have experiments as its one of the focus. And these experiments aid learning of science in several ways. It conveys the students the right message that science is about the real world around us. It is not just a theoretical subject bounding in formal definitions, formulas, and laws. The latter is also important, no doubt, but theory must not stand in isolation. It relates to the real world. Experiments connects the theoretical world of textbook to the real concrete world of experiment. And secondly, experience shows that experiments are a way to create interest in science among you all. They attract you and it gives you a wide range of abilities. And that is the purpose we have practicals and laboratory works in our curriculum, which carries 5 marks. Now, the practicals we have to do throughout the year, and you need to maintain the records of the same. For this, 5 marks are there which will be considered in your final results. And last is the portfolio that should be prepared by you, which carries 5 marks. This would include classwork or other sample of student work, and this will carry a weightage of 5 marks towards your final results. Now let us see your 9th standard unit wise weightage. Unit 1, matter, its nature and behavior. It carries 23 marks. Then unit 2nd is organization in the living world. It carries 20 marks. Then 3rd unit, motion, force and work. It carries 27 mark. Unit 4th, our environment, it carries 6 marks. And unit 5, food and food production, it carries 4 marks. Now there are 5 units. Now each unit is divided into its subtopics. Let us start with the first unit. Unit 1st, matter, its nature and behavior. This unit is further divided into its subtopics like matter, its nature and behavior, nature of matter, particle nature, basic unit, and the structure of atoms. Overall, it carries 23 marks. Unit 2nd, organization in the living world, again divided into its subtopics like cell, basic unit of life, tissues, organ systems and organism, biological diversity, health and diseases. Unit 3rd, motion, force and work. This is also divided into its subtopics like motion, force and Newton's law, gravitation, flotation, work, energy and power, and sound, which overall carries 27 marks. Unit 4th is also divided into its subtopics like the physical resources, biogeochemical cycles in nature, it carries 6 marks, and the last chapter, food production, it carries 4 marks. So overall, 80 marks are there and 20 marks for the internal assessment. So you will be assessed on the grand total, that is 100. Now this is the weightage of the units. Now how your paper is designed, how your question paper, annual question paper is designed, let us see that in detail. So overall there are three sections: section A, section B, and section C. Let us see number of questions in each section and weightage of each section. Section A, total number of questions to be asked are 20. Each question will carry 1 mark. So overall 20 marks for section A. Then section B, number of questions 10. Each question will carry 3 marks. Therefore, the total weightage for section B is of 30 marks. Section C, the number of questions are 6. 5 marks for each question. Overall, 30 marks of weightage for section C. So total number of questions are 36, which carries 80 marks. Now, there are lots of books available in the market, but do not worry about it. You just follow these prescribed books. First and the most important is your textbook. So science textbook for class 9th publication is your NCERT publication. Second is laboratory manual science class 9th NCERT publication. And last is exemplar problem solver for class 9th NCERT publication. Just follow these books. And keep studying. Now, as a parent and as a student, you all are worried about your health, about your learning, and about so many things. But I hope through this session, your problems related to your child's learning, at least these are solved. So do not worry about it. Do not hesitate to ask any question to us. We are here to help you only. And one more thing I want to add is, please monitor what your child is doing. I appreciate all the parents for attending this session, as I believe that a kid's education, it starts from home, and parents are the first teachers and they have a key role in shaping up their character. So now it is the need of an hour that to shape your child, and it is the duty of you as well as we, the teachers. A balance of education at home and school molds a student's actual learning. Be a helping hand in their educational journey and travel with them with the true inspiration. I believe that parental encouragement had played a crucial role in successful students. Their role is not limited to home, but involvement in school activities also. So as a parents, I suggest you that be a role model. You both read together, oversee your child activity. Don't give overscheduling, overburden to your child. provide a pleasant atmosphere, give constructive criticism, then help with their home assignments. Helping means don't you actually write, just help them and guide them so that they can do it in a better way. Prepare them for test, reward them for their results, inspire your students for learning, then set aside time for your kids, monitor their learning. Don't force them to do anything, but do a proper monitoring about their learning at home and give friendly advice. Have a check on their leisure time if they are lacking in performance, as well as prioritize your child's learning and share your personal experiences, as well as talk with your kids, encourage the active learning, help them and relax, be a good friend of your child. With this, I know to reduce the risk of this coronavirus infection, follow some important precautions like remember to wash your hands with soap frequently. After coughing and sneezing, clean your hands before and after caring for sick person, or before and after cooking and before eating food, after using toilet. Follow these instructions carefully, as well as avoid travel. If you are suffering from fever and cough, wash your hands frequently with soap. Share your travel history with your health worker. Avoid close contact with anyone with cold, cough, or flu like symptoms. When coughing and sneezing, cover mouth and nose with handkerchief, tissue, or elbow. And if you have cough, fever, or difficulty in breathing, contact a doctor immediately. So stay protected, stay home, stay safe from coronavirus. With this, I would like to give some tips to the parents so that you can engage your child. So for that, set up time to dance or sing as a family just for fun. Then role play activities you can conduct at home, as well as you can play some imaginary games. Encourage them to start reading the books. If you don't have books they want to read at home, consider starting them off on books. You can download it till you are able to get access to the physical books. Teach your child life skills such as cooking or helping with chores around the house. Obviously, the skill level could depend on the child's age. Create an exercise regime or physical play for the children so that they can expand their energy. It could even be turned into family competitions. For example, we can skip the most in a 10-minute or jump march on the spot, etc. Allow your child to explore new skills such as origami, embroidery, and other arts and crafts. There are a wide range of tours, concerts, and museums around the world that have opened up online and are for free. So you could spend some time doing a virtual holiday while your child learns to appreciate new places and the skills online, as well as create a time capsule. Like, consider using either a written or video format and keep a weekly log of how the week has been, things you have learned or would like to do post this period of lockdowns. You could even involve your child's friends and create a group activities, so that maybe one parent supervises per week, giving the rest a break. So this is how you can enjoy this lockdown period, as well as you can engage your child. So thank you for this. I appreciate your presence. Stay home, stay safe, and keep learning. If you have any doubts, my dear students, do not hesitate to ask. You can message us. We'll definitely back to you. Thank you. Thank you so much.